Hi, good day. My name is Neha. My registration number is 33C20F1032.
My name is Kashina Nair, and my registration number is 33DCE20F1026.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Bharati Morgan, and my registration number is 33DCE20F1031. I'm a diploma student in chemical engineering, and I'm from DCE4B class.
The depletion of petroleum has prompted experts all around the world to look into another materials that can replace the non-renewable fuel. Furthermore, landfills are suffering from overabundance of waste, particularly waste that is resistant to decomposition such as plastics. The massive amount of waste generated by the food industry brings major environmental issues as well as financial losses if not properly utilized. Thus, our studies is on producing biodegradable plastic utensils from starch which is extracted from mango, jackfruit and durian seed. Biodegradable plastics are seen by many as promising solution to overcome excessive plastic waste and agricultural waste such as seed because they are environmental friendly. So the first objective is the production of starch from mango, durian, and jackfruit seeds by using alkaline extraction method. The second objective is to compare the yield of starch from 3 different types of fruit seed. And the third objective is the production of biodegradable plastic utensil using the extracted starch from mango, durian, and jackfruit seed.
Now, let's see the problem statement of this research. The first point concerned on the large amount of fruit seed waste is generated from the fruit-based industry and household kitchen has led to nutritional and economic loss and environmental problems. Secondly, the usage of non-biodegradable plastic for utensils increases, which can contribute environment pollution. The third problem is the usage of plastic utensils on a daily basis led to serious health issues to humans. The adverse effect of these problems are: number one, agricultural solids are indiscriminately dumped or burned in public places, which causes the air pollution, soil contamination, a harmful gas, smoke, and dust, and the residue may be channeled into the water source, which is polluting the water. Number two, the chemical additives from the plastic utensils disrupt human hormone system, led to liver cancer and developing kidney stone, and so on. Number three, burning of fossil fuels releases a huge amount of pollutants.
Biodegradable plastic utensil using the extracted starch from mango, durian, and jackfruit seed.
The first scope of study is the yield of starch from 3 different types of seeds were compared and analysis of starch is carried out with FTR and ash content. The second scope is the fabricated biodegradable plastic utensils were tested with tensile strength, soil burial test, and water absorption test. The next scope is the degradation period of the biodegradable plastic utensils is standardized to 30 days. The last scope is the extraction method used to extract starch from fruit waste is alkaline method. Now, let's move on to the next part, review of literature. In this part, I would like to talk about the raw material, which is fruit seed. 3 types of fruit seed used in this study. The first fruit seed is jackfruit seed. Jackfruit is also known as Artocarpus heterophyllus. It is one of the biggest fruit. The seed coat is made up of a thin, waxy, parchment-like testa and brownish and membranous tegment. The seeds have very high concentration of starch and it contains fibers that can reinforce the thermoplastic starch. The second fruit seed is durian seed. The scientific name for durian is Duriozygotedes L. There are a few types of durian, for example, Musang King, D24, D2, red prawn durian, and golden phoenix durian. Durian seeds are usually in rounded or heart shape. The seeds colors range from yellowish brown to reddish brown. Durian seeds holds a high content of starch and also fiber. The third fruit seed is mango seed. Mango is known as Mangifera indica L. The seed is a single flat oblong seed which is fibrous and hairy on the surface. The seed consists of a tenacious coat enclosing the kernel. Mango seed kernels have a low content of protein, but they contain the most of the essential amino acids.
Let's move on to the review of literature on starch. Starch is a water-insoluble complex carbohydrate, white powder, tasteless, odorless, resulting from plant extraction. Starch significantly influences plants as a fruit reserve generally found in tubers, rhizome, fruits, seeds, and grains, and it can classify into 4 categories: agricultural waste, tuber, fruit, and grains. Starch has 2 carbohydrates, namely amylose and amylopectin. The content of amylose and amylopectin can affect the physical and chemical properties, which including the water absorption, solubility, degree of gelatinization, and swelling.
Plastic are man-made materials derived from polymers. Polymer chain is composed of a number of repeating units, and this significant number of the polymers are made up of carbon atoms changed with or without the addition of oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur atoms. There are 3 types of common plastic. First is commodity plastic, second is engineering plastic, and third is a high-performance plastic. The production of plastic uses 4% of the world's petroleum. It undergoes a process called polymerization. Plastic are made using 2 processes, which is addition polymerization and also condensation polymerization. To manufacture plastic formulation, diverse mixture of ingredients are now blended in most cases, and extruder is employed followed by pelletizing the mixture. Compounding is frequently done using a twin screw extruder where the pellets are subsequently processed into plastic items with distinctive designs, varying sizes, shape, and color.
Of extraction method to extract starch from fruit seeds, which is distillation, alkaline sedimentation, and centrifugation. Before that, what is extraction? Extraction is a method of removal soluble constituent from a solid with means of suitable solvent. Distillation. Distillation method is used to extract starch from fruit seed by adding distilled water into it. Distilled water is used as solvent because it is purely water and contains no minerals. Next, alkaline. Alkaline method is used to extract starch from fruit seed by adding sodium hydroxide into it. Sodium hydroxide is used as a solvent. It is a corrosive, white crystalline solid and considered as a strong base. Next, sedimentation. Sedimentation method is used to extract starch by separating an insoluble solid from a liquid in which it is suspended by settling. Sodium chloride and toluene used as solvents. Sodium chloride increases the surface tension of the droplets and increases the density of the aqueous layer. Meanwhile, toluene is used in this method because it is a great solvent. Lastly, centrifugation. Centrifugation method is used to extract starch from fruit seed by adding sodium hydrosulfide hydrate in it. Sodium hydrosulfide hydrate is used as a solvent. It is used to separate the components of a mixture according to density or particle size. Preparation of raw materials, durian, mango, and jackfruit seeds. Preparation of raw materials should be done before carrying out the experiment. The first step is collecting fruit seeds from local market. Then, the seeds were washed with tap water to remove the impurities. It is then dried in oven at 70 degrees Celsius overnight. Next, the brown layer, which is the seed coats, were removed to obtain the cotyledons. The cotyledons were grinded into flour by a blender. Then, the flour was sieved through a sieve. The flour which was sieved is packed and sealed in a plastic bag and stored in a refrigerator until further subjected to starch extraction.
Now I'd like to explain the methodology of extraction via alkaline method. First, sodium hydroxide is added into the seed flour and this is soaked for 6 to 8 hours with constant stirring. Then the slurry is filtered and the remaining residue is washed with distilled water. The filtrate is mixed and precipitated overnight at 4 degrees Celsius. Then, filter the obtained starch and dry it in the oven at 40 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. Next, grind the starch with mortar and pestle. And lastly, pack the starch flour with the sealed plastic bag and keep it in room temperature.
Next, the analysis of result on starch. After the extraction of the starch, we will be carried out 3 analyses, which is FTIR, the ash content, the yield of starch. Firstly, I would like to explain the expected result from the FTIR. Extracted starch should show the functional group same as the conventional starch, which is OH stretching, CO bending associated with OH group, COC ring vibration of carbohydrate. Next is the ash content, and the expected result is low ash content depicts low amount of minerals present in the starch, which indicates the starch is of good quality. Third analysis is the yield of starch. The highest percentage indicates it holds high in starch content. And jackfruit holds the high in starch content and followed by durian and mango.
The production of biodegradable plastic utensils are very simple. First step is the starch powder is mixed with plasticizer, which is glycerol and talc as filler. And next, a mold is designed using aluminum foil to mold out the plastic utensils. And lastly, pour the mixed hot plastic mixture into the mold and dry it in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes.
Let's take a look on analysis of result of biodegradable plastic utensils. After the production of biodegradable plastic utensils, there are 3 analyses will be carried out, which is tensile strength, the water absorption, the biodegradability, which is soil burial test. First at most, I would like to explain the expected results from the tensile strength. Tensile strength measurement aims to know the size of force needed for achieving maximum tensile at each biodegradable plastic utensil sample produced. The standard value should be is 1.343 MPa minimum. Next, I will focus on the water absorption. Water absorption aims to know the amount of water absorbed by the biodegradable plastic utensil. The lower water absorption should be obtained. And I will deal with the biodegradability, which is soil burial test. Biodegradability test aims to know if certain material can be degraded well in the environment. Burial samples will show a difference in weight of sample before and after test, which proves biodegradability. Thus, the highest weight loss should be obtained. So here's a quick recap of the main points of this research. To sum up everything, the major goal of this research is to see if mango, jackfruit, and durian seed could be used as source of starch, where the starch would be produced from the extraction of starch via alkaline method. From the analysis of starch would indicate the best source of starch. Moreover, this research seeks for achieving the fabrication of the starch-based biodegradable plastic utensil. The qualities of biodegradable plastic utensil were characterized by maximum amount of strength, lower water absorption, and easily degraded in the soil.